some of it's not really blood, it's just the gland, it's the secretion. Okay, it comes out clear and eventually turns a very dark purple. I'm going to do it again, it's not a problem. That's dried blood of a snail. Right. This one's actually from Croatia. Most of the dye today we're getting from Croatia. We found Spain, Italy, Tunis, Greece, Gibraltar. אנחנו הולכים לשם, we go there, and I'll do it both, okay? Or in English. We go there, we together with the fishermen, break the snails, take out the dye, dry it, and we bring here dry dye. And here we bring, because otherwise it's impossible. The amounts are tremendous, the shurim are tremendous. One day we have to get some permits with you. You want to see me doing this? So we're just putting in a little more of this blood of the snail. Okay.
Guesstimate, how much is that?
Guesstimate, don't want to say, but
it's expensive.
Over 10. Tens of snails is my guess that made this dye. Now if you look, it's a very dark purple, almost black. The Rambam says that the dye is shofar kadio, it's black like dye. Chemical. What we're doing in chemistry is called an oxidation reduction reaction. I'm not a chemist, here's a chemist. Danny Levy is the chemist who brought the chemist to this world, who's up top here. And you add the sodium carbonate as a base to help the oxidation reduction reaction, the type of chemical reaction that will take place. So I'm just putting in this base. It is very cool. 1 second. I can't even show you how many times I've been burnt on my arm by hot water. So I'm going to not smart. 1 second. I don't know. I don't want to say it. Okay, so I'm going to take the hot water and pour it in. I need a little more than that. Okay, we'll heat up a little more. Okay.
How much did all the purple dye snails cost?
How much? It costs a lot.
Yeah.
Well, one snail is not very expensive. You need lots and lots, and you have to go and you have to go there, and you have to break it, and then you have to pay for the labor and the shipping, and it's not. But well, everything is relative. Also, you know, we talk about Tchelet being very expensive, which is true, but we sell Tchelet from anywhere between 80 shekels to 190 shekels, and that's a lot of money on the one hand. On the other hand, for Jewish people who do lulav and etrog, 90 shekels is a cheap lulav and etrog, and that's a mitzvah for one day. The other day it's a rabbinic mitzvah. So this is a mitzvah every day, every minute you're doing it.
And it's so important.
Okay, so we're going to take that and mix it up. Okay, right now we have that, and we're going to add. We're going to add C. C is sodium dicyanide. And sodium dicyanide is a reducing agent. And this will actually dissolve the dye. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now.
Thank you for this.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Let's just make sure we need a little more hot water.
Please watch your fingers.
Yeah, I gotta watch my fingers.
Hashem only gave you 10. Take care of them.
That's it. You also gave me 10 kids. I gotta take care of them.
Yes. You need all 10 fingers to do that.
I need more than 10 fingers. Okay, here we go, there we go, now we got it happening. It's now turning a yellowish color, yellowish green. That means that the dye is dissolved. Remember, the dye is a purple color. In order to dissolve it, you turn it yellowish green. Hi, Professor Waxman, how are you? We have a professor of sociology with a professor of marine biology. The question is, what kind of mix can we do? Sociology of snails is a very important issue we have to get to. Okay. Okay, we could put the wool in now, but wool is very delicate, and if we put wool into a basic solution like we have now, it will destroy the wool. In fact, Professor Elsner, one of us said that they didn't perhaps realize they would put the wool in, put more wool in, put more wool in, and what it was doing it was helping to dissolve the dye, but they thought they were getting their wool dye, but in fact it was helping to lower the pH. We're going to raise the pH, pardon. We're going to raise the pH with citric acid. Okay.
Wow.
And now citric acid. Okay, and that will now we're okay. And in it. There.
Was this made in a similar way in ancient times?
So in ancient times, they didn't have sodium dicyanide. Everything else was not an issue. But sodium dicyanide was only in the late 1800s. I don't know when, late 1800s or the 1900s. So they did it through a fermentation process. And the rotting meat would take a week or two to rot, and then it would eventually cause a fermentation. And that fermentation would cause the same results. You needed to be much better at it. You had to have a much better eye. You're dealing with a much larger quantity. It was much more difficult to do it, and you didn't really have a pH meter or anything. So Professor Zohar Martin discussed the idea of TMA. I don't know if that's for you. I certainly would never do TMA with my thing, or even without the kosher. Not what I'm looking for.
What pH now?
זה אמור להיות עכשיו 8. The dye wants the highest pH possible, the wool wants the lowest pH possible, so we come to a compromise, like everything in Judaism, right? We have to come to a compromise. Okay, we're going to just do this. We're going to take this and split it in half. Are you okay? Yeah, it has a bad smell. I'm going to lift it up so anyone can see. We have here two solutions of what we made with the dam chilazon, the blood of the snail, and the samamani, the chemical. Okay, what we're going to do is take our wool and split it in half.
It does have a delicate aroma.
Yeah, and work with the sequence again. Okay, take this. We're going to put a piece in here and a piece in there. Now, before we do it, whenever we do the dyeing, as opposed to the breaking of the snails, it doesn't have to be done by a Jew, it doesn't have to be done l'shem mitzvah. The dyeing must be done l'shem mitzvah. And that's why it says it must be taken from a mumche. A mumche means someone who they can trust religiously, not necessarily. They also need to be a mumche. They need to know how to do the dyeing, otherwise it won't work out, right? But they also need to be a mumche in the sense that they are doing it for the mitzvah. So everyone together with me, l'shem mitzvah, Tzizit. Put that in. Okay, now, without my hand right there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to cover it up. And I'm going to take this one. Now, we don't have any sun today, which is a big problem. One of the good things of us being out in the desert in Kfar Adumim is that there's a lot more sun than in Yerushalayim. So what we have here is a lamp. Did anything fall? We're okay? We have a lamp. Put this in over here. And we're going to put on our lamp. Hopefully it's going to work. No sticky, no washy. 1 second. It worked before. Oh, you know what? Is it in there? Is it in the...
Maybe it's the other one, the other side.
They should both work. Is this one in there? Can you see if this is in there? This black...
The plug in the...
There's a black cord that should be going all the way... Just watch it. Plugging it in? You're plugging it in? You just watch out you don't burn yourself on that. Let me just turn it. Okay. Is it on? The black is plugged in now? So it should work. It's not working. Okay. This is the point where we daven. Okay? It didn't go on.